Happy Friday to you, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our squat workout for the week. This is my personal favorite sequence of squats to do. It is very challenging. It can leave you quite sore, so make sure that you scale appropriately. Don't shy away from the difficulty, but also recognize when the depth is just too deep on the number of reps that you're doing. I'm not talking about squat depth. I'm talking about like how much weight you do on the Bulgarian split squats and the weighted lunges, etc. All right, this one can definitely tank your legs for a few days. So without further ado, let's begin. 25 and 20 calories. That's for the guys and the ladies. And then we're gonna get this little sequence of leg dynamic exercises, 5 reps each of hip cradle, then lateral lunge and rotate. So I'm stepping out and back, then rotating, and then rotating back, and then the opposite side, out and back, rotating and back. Again, 5 reps of all of these. Drinking bird is next. So that is a short stagger step with a hip hinge as I walk forward, 5 paces on each side. Scap pull-ups will be next. So this is a vertical pulling motion with my elbows totally straight. So do not allow my elbows to bend at all. All the motion is coming from the shoulder blades sliding down your back, okay? And then the last one is 12 steps of the Captain Morgan. And a Captain Morgan is a little aggressive, so try the side plank first with your feet stacked. And then if you can do that pretty well, then you can start moving both feet, right? So this is your basic movement with your feet stacked. Then you can step one leg in front and you can do our Captain Morgan, which is just 12 steps going back and forth, left, right, okay? Get 12 of those on either side. Then I want you to do, when you finish 2 rounds of that, go to our back squat warm-ups, and you can practice our eccentric for today. It's going to be a 5-second eccentric, so either with a partner or being honest with yourself, trying to go 5 seconds all the way down. If you're close to 5 seconds, that's pretty good. Just to make sure it's not like 1, 2, 3, 5, and then bounce off the bottom. Really try hard to force yourself to slow down, keeping that bar nice and vertical, good foot contact at the bottom, hips below parallel if possible, and then an aggressive drive to the top. All right, when you're done with that, rack the bar. Then we're gonna go into our supersets. So 10 reps per leg of a Bulgarian split squat. So that is with the rear foot elevated, and the rear foot should not have much weight on it. The majority of the exercise is done with the front leg. And what we're gonna do is 6 reps of a loaded split squat. So I'm holding this weight any way you wanna hold it, as long as you've got a little weight in your hands. I'm doing 6 reps like that. After the 6th rep, I set it down, and I'm gonna do 6 reps of a explosive hip drive, right? Jump, and if you can, try to pull your knee up like that. Okay, so 6 reps loaded, 4 reps explosive unloaded, and then you can take your same object, you can walk to the front of the room, and we're going to do a 20-second squat hold followed by 5 broad jumps for maximum distance. Okay, so what that means is I'm gonna sit down at the bottom, and actually this works better if you go to the back of the room so you can see the 20-second clock. I'm gonna hold the dumbbell in a goblet position, hold for 20 seconds, and make sure this is an active hold, not kind of a relaxed, collapsed hold. Active. At the end of 20 seconds, I set it down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for as much distance as I can get. And I would like for those broad jumps to be cycled back to back to back to back to back, okay? And your heart rate will be up, your legs will be really fried, and then you rest to recovery and do it again. The weight on this should be moderate, so like 50 to 60% of your 1 rep max. But if that is unachievable, then make sure you focus on the tempo and not the weight. So I would rather you hit the tempo of 5 seconds eccentric for sets of 5 than get the percentage but fail at the tempo, okay? All right, that is our strength work for today. That will take the majority of the time. We have core and accessory work afterwards. 2 to 3 rounds of the following movements. Keep the bar in the rack, but take the weight way down. 95-65 is what we wanna do. We'll have the first exercise is a barbell good morning. So this is a weighted hip hinge with the bar behind the neck. So knees bend just a little bit, and then make sure we squeeze and lock out at the top with a good finish to to the hip extension. When you're done with that, we rack the bar. Then we've got a core set, and the core set will start with med ball to toes, then V sit-ups, with the point being we're going from hard to easier, relatively speaking. So begin with my most challenging movement, which is med ball to toes. So this is the same movement as the V sit-up, but I've got a weight in my hand. And then I'm gonna go right to drop that and do my V sit-ups. It's a little bit easier. I'm starting to feel that fatigue building up in my abs, and then finish with ab mat sit-ups, right? And again, this is one of those ones where I have 20 reps written on here. If 20 reps leads you to failure no matter what you're doing, then let's cut the reps down just a little bit to allow you to go back to back to back on those. When you're finished with that, then pick your tired self back up off the floor, and we're gonna do 6 reps per leg of a barbell weighted lunge. And I definitely like to do these reverse lunge style. You can do them whatever direction you want to, but in the rack, I'm stepping back. I can put my foot or my knee onto that ab mat that I used if I want to, but I'm just alternating legs, 6 reps on each side of that 95-65, then put her back in the rack. For this little core and accessory workout, anytime we do core and accessory, the pace is kind of up to you. If you want to get a good metabolic burn out of it, then make the weight lighter, go faster, take less rest. If you want to focus more on the hypertrophy, muscle building, and the core aspect of it, take your time, rest between sets. But you will know instinctively how to get more out of this and how to take it off as you go through it. All right, that's it for this Friday. See you guys for a fun workout on Saturday.